Hey. Welcome back to Manifesting Minds. And today we are talking about a very powerful gateway drug, gratitude. In the last video, we talked about frequencies. What is a frequency? What is an energy? How do I raise my vibrations? And in a nutshell, we discussed in that previous episode that really what we're talking about is we're talking about an emotion. All of our emotions can be registered on a scale scientifically, the frequency that they put out. And it used to be that love was one of the highest frequencies that topped that chart, but they are now able to alter that. And what they now say is that actually gratitude is one of the highest frequencies. It is one of the highest emotions. The most elevated emotions that we can feel is this feeling of gratitude. That's why we are calling this the gateway drug to manifesting. Our emotions actually alter us chemically. Maybe that's most obvious when we're talking about more of the negative emotions. Like, for example, anxiety. Anxiety can cause stomach issues, it could cause digestive issues, even blood pressure issues, stress. It's well known that all of those emotions, aka frequencies and energies, can cause physical symptoms. Obviously, in the negative, we're probably more familiar with that. So by the same theory, this the same frequency also happens on the healthy levels too. Laughter, for example, releases endorphins. It takes us out of flight or flight mode. And today's topic of gratitude is not only important if you're wanting to manifest your future, but on the quicker scale, before you become a master manifester, practicing gratitude on a daily basis will improve your actual physical health too. We feel better when we're in a state of gratitude. Maybe perhaps that's why religious people, religions, no matter what religion it is, a lot of them encourage prayer before we eat, giving thanks for the bread that we have. Do you know it's actually been proven that entering into a state of gratitude before you eat actually improves your digestion? So, a little quick fact there that there are physical benefits to this too. So, how does gratitude help us start manifesting? How does this state of gratitude help us start entering into becoming the creators of the future? Well, I think personally, I think gratitude is probably one of the easiest vibrations to master. Sometimes if I'm coaching somebody, if I'm coaching a client and maybe they're working on self-esteem, they may have trouble accessing self-love, or maybe truly altruistic feelings of love, peace, hope. A lot of times people might struggle a little bit, really feeling those feelings inside. But gratitude is something that almost everybody can feel pretty quickly, actually. That's why I'm going to suggest that your homework for right now is going to be starting to practice and entering into this state of gratitude. We are actually powerless when it comes to creation if we are not grateful. Why? Why do I say that? Well, all right, let's take aside from the metaphysical world, aside from quantum physics, let's just talk about humans. If you do something for somebody, maybe you cook them a meal or you run errands with them or something like that, and they are not grateful, are you likely to repeat that again? Probably not. One of the most irritating things is helping somebody, giving somebody something, and they just don't even appreciate it. They are ungrateful. It makes everybody feel bad. On the other hand, when somebody is very grateful, you are more likely to give them to do more for them because they're appreciative, right? Well, the universe, source, is not a sentient being. It's not this living person that's listening to us, but Remember, we also talked about like attracting like. That means that when we're in an emotional state of gratitude, we are more likely to attract, create more things to be grateful for. We also hear phrases like, what goes around comes around. Well, sometimes we refer to that in the negative, the negative tense, but that is a universal energetic law of like attracting like. That what you put out, comes back. What you reap is what you sow. When you are grateful, the universe gives you more things to be grateful for in the future. You're appreciative, and it is critical that we start feeling grateful. Also, because as we start developing these steps of becoming this master manifester and the creator of our future, we're going to need this skill because we're going to use it to be grateful for things that haven't happened yet. All right, never mind that. I'll explain that later. But for now, as we start cultivating this state of gratitude, we will be raising our energetic vibration from wherever it is that we are, and even if we're like midline, mediocre, pretty decent, entering into that state of gratitude is going to pave new neural pathways for you. You are going to be charting new space in your brain that is going to start rewiring your brain. All right, so how do we keep this from being boring? Gratitude journal is a great way to start. Multiple reasons. First of all, it's one thing to just think something. That creates one set of chemistry in the brain as you have a thought. But when you write it down, you are now using kinesthetics. You are using movement that will reinforce it at a different level mentally. It creates a different pathway. Actually thinking something, verbally speaking out loud, you actually activates even the auditory so that you're not only speaking it out loud, you're hearing yourself say it. And if you use the actions, the kinesthetic to be writing down things that you're grateful for, you will actually reinforce it in your brain even better. Probably the easiest way to do it is start first thing in the morning. I would actually suggest that you do it twice a day, first thing in the morning and before you go to bed at night, so that you start the day off at high vibration and you end the day at high vibration. Take 5 to 10 minutes and write down, even if it's on a scrap piece of paper that you end up throwing out, you're still activating new pathways in your brain as you start writing down things that you're grateful for. We want to start getting creative with this process too. We don't want to write the same things over and over again. It's probably easy to be like, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful I had food today. Good. That's fantastic. But we want to create more creativity too. Remember too, that what we were putting in our mind, the pictures that we're creating in our mind, also start creating pictures they're going to start creating energy for the future too. We will start to notice things differently when we notice it the first time. So if you're wanting to manifest abundance, if you're wanting to manifest love, start noticing small actions of love that you can be grateful for. I'm grateful for my puppy dog. I'm grateful for the love that the sun shines on me. The more creative you can get with the things that you're grateful for, the more you're stirring up your brain so that it can start sorting in the future for more things to be grateful for. How about being grateful for just $1? That might seem so trivial and it might seem stupid, but you're attaching gratitude to money. Remember too that the brain tends to overgeneralize. So as we show gratitude for something little, the brain doesn't always take it as little. The brain will often overgeneralize. For example, if Well, people will sometimes say things like, all men are jerks or all women are difficult because of one person, right? Or because of one or two incidences. Because this is the brain does this, it overgeneralizes. Since the brain does that anyway, this whole entire channel is about using what the brain is doing anyway, except now we're doing it on purpose instead of letting it randomly overgeneralize or randomly create patterns. This is about taking charge of the thoughts that are in our mind, the thoughts that create the pictures, that create the energy. These are the building blocks for becoming the master manifester. Be grateful for a penny. Be grateful for $1. As we're focusing on that, the brain can then, especially with practice, the brain will start expanding that. Grateful for a friendship. Wouldn't it be wonderful if your brain started overgeneralizing that? Grateful for a great experience at the grocery store, grateful for a great experience at Walmart, grateful that you found a parking space. That's all seems really silly. Do it anyway. Do it anyway, because this is you training your brain to do something it has never done before. Here is why it is not dumb. Your brain is attaching feelings to all of those things anyway. So let's say you got a parking space right by the door. You're going to feel something about that. Maybe it's neutral. Maybe it's meh, You're going to feel something for it anyway. Train the brain to attach gratitude towards those things. How about, a penny, $1? That seems ridiculously pitiful, right? Or no. Pennies make up dollars make up hundreds of dollars make up thousands of dollars. And if we're grateful, we're attaching that feeling to something, even if it's as small as 1 cent. You develop an appreciation for that. You will start attracting more of that. I promise. Plus, you will be teaching your brain how to raise those vibrations from blah to, I think, gratitude somewhere like on the 600, 650 in that frequency scale. So you'll be raising that energetic vibration. Health will be better, digestion will be better, and you're teaching your brain a new skill. If you can do it when you start off in the morning, that's great. If you can do it in the evening before you go to bed, that's really great. This isn't something that has to take a whole lot of time either, because if you even take a minute just now, take a moment just now, we're going to take about 60 to 90 seconds. Think about something that you're grateful for. Maybe it's just a beautiful day outside. Maybe you have some peace and time that you can dedicate to yourself to watch a video. Maybe you're grateful that you're learning something new. Just let yourself notice what you're grateful for. Just notice. Maybe you're grateful for your health, grateful for your kids, whatever it is that you're grateful for. Just think about it for a moment. And notice that you already are starting to feel a little bit different. Pay attention to that. Because a lot of times as we're reading books or watching videos or something like that, maybe we don't actually do the exercises. So then it just becomes head knowledge. It doesn't become an understanding how this works in practice. So this is not just another brain course. This isn't just another learning course. These are exercises. So notice wherever it is that you are right now, let yourself take 60 seconds and notice the things that you're grateful for. Maybe it's the sunshine. Maybe it is the roof over your head. Maybe it's the wonderful lunch that you had today or yesterday. whatever it is, as you just let yourself think about it, let yourself be grateful for a second. And notice that you actually do feel an energetic shift. Now, what would happen to your brain if you started practicing that? Because just like any muscle, the brain is a muscle. Gratitude is a muscle. Manifesting and creating and taking charge of our brain is a muscle. You know, when you go to the gym, maybe you can only lift 10 pounds at first. 10 pounds becomes a little bit easier, and then you can do 15, and you can do 20. So you're wanting to become a manifester. You're wanting to become a creator. This is about you taking action, because remember, we've already said before that attracting, using the law of attracting and manifesting isn't just about this is what I want and waiting for it to plop into our heads. This is us actively taking control of our brain and of our life to create higher vibrational states, higher energetic states, doing it on purpose, so that we're now in charge of our results instead of leaving them randomly a chance. Okay, all right, so that's your next little tidbit of homework. Working on gratitude. And if you want to pick a partner to do it, even if somebody's not interested or doesn't believe in creating and manifesting and law of attraction, it doesn't matter. This is still physically beneficial for us as human beings. So if you've got kids, do it with your kids. If you've got coworkers, whatever, be a weirdo and start introducing some gratitude into the world. Because you know what? Everybody could use it. Maybe we live in a world that doesn't spend a whole lot of time in thankfulness. Maybe some parts of the world, maybe there are neighborhoods and communities where the overall attitude is a lot more entitled, like they deserve things. And, there's nothing wrong with a healthy form of deserving, but sometimes we're entering into the state of demanding deserving versus being grateful. How many of us have maybe even lost the habit of saying thank you? Thankful, most parents try to teach their children to say thank you. That's because gratitude is something that is ingrained in us and needs to be cultivated. But, here we are grown-ups. Do we forget to say thank you? That's another way that we can start incorporating this attitude of gratefulness into our life. And again, why is this important when it comes to creating? It's because when we are grateful for what we have, we will attract more things to be grateful for. Okay, that is today's session. Please, 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 please like and subscribe. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please make comments. That will help me know what other videos I need to make for us in the future. My email is, right there. If you have something that's more private that you don't want to put on the comments, please feel free to send me an email. And if you're feeling like you've got some blocks with this technique, if you're not feeling that energetic shift when you do it yourself, and you want private help, you want private coaching, this is what I do professionally and I've done for 20 years. So if you want to talk about a personal coach to help you do some of these skills, there's my email. Send me an email and I will see you on the next video. All right, talk to you soon.